Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. This is Tutor Analu, your online kasangga. In this video, I am going to answer your questions related to BIR official receipts since recently we are required to submit, as we received the memo from Engoo, to comply for the BIR official receipts of the years 2020 and 2021. The deadline for 2020 is this December 8th, while the deadline for 2021 official receipts will be January 15 of 2022. Because of the memo that we received recently, it somehow created questions to many of the tutors, especially to those who are just new in the company and they don't know yet what to do. So in this video, I would love to help you, to educate you in this matter. So I understand how you feel because I once like you who had a lot of questions on what to do. All right. Now, let's answer the first question. So we are asked to give BIR non-VAT official receipts. So we have VAT and non-VAT official receipts. So the question is, what is a non-VAT official receipt? A non-VAT official receipt is a receipt to be filled out by BIR registered non-VAT taxpayers. So who are those non-VAT taxpayers? They are those individuals or entity that does not have annual gross sales or receipts exceeding the current limit. And I think the current limit is 250,000 pesos. So if you belong to this category, you are under the non-VAT taxpayer. Now the question is, if you are an English tutor, you might be asking, who should submit their official receipts? Should I submit an official receipt? I don't have a COR. I have not complied with the tax exemption yet. Okay, well, to answer that question, those who have COR or certificate of registration are those who are only required to submit their official receipts. Why? Because if you don't have a COR, you don't also have an official receipt. Knowing that, only those who are registered have an OR or official receipt. Okay, so if you want to comply with this, make sure to have your COR first. You have to get yourself registered in BIR and get your OR. Okay, so now when and how can we get our OR? Okay, well, based on experience, I had my OR printed a few days after my COR was printed. So BIR usually asks questions if how many booklets of receipts do you want to have, and you will be asked if which registered or accredited printing receipt printing group are you going to avail. So you will be asked with those questions. You also have to fill up the form. This is called ATP, Authority to Print. Okay, so ATP. So it consists of 3 copies. I had my ATP and I printed, or I had my ATP. I filled out my ATP or authority to print, and then I gave the copy to the accredited or authorized printers. Then after few days, I was able to receive the OR. Alright, so it was actually delivered at home, so I was so lucky with such kind of service. I don't think there's a necessity for me to share to you who are or who is my accredited printer because we don't belong to the same RDO. So it's just my wish that you will be able to find the right accredited OR printer for you. Now, the question is how to register for an OR. I already told you, fill up 3 copies of BIR Form 0906 or Authority to Print, ATP official receipts, invoice, and other commercial invoices. Also bring a copy of your BIR certificate of registration. So if you just applied for your BIR, it will be automatically be processed as well or followed. Then submit your requirements to your RDO, and then you may have to wait for 2 weeks for the releasing of your ATP. And you have to submit your ATP to an accredited BIR printer. Now wait for at least 10 to 15 working days for the release of your receipts. I have heard that failure to have this OR or printed ORs within 30 days from the day your ATP was released has penalty. Okay, so I hope that you will do your best to secure your ATP and as well as have your OR. Now the next question, if you already have an OR but you are too lazy to fill it out, here's how to fill it out. Okay, so first go to, okay, here is this is what it looks like. Okay, first let me show you my OR booklet. All right, so here, this is my OR. It consists of course many parts, but in each of like the number, it also has 2 copies. Okay, the white one and the yellow one. So that means you must produce 2 copies of each. So sa dalawang yon, you have to provide info for the cutoff. Okay, so for us Engoo tutors, we have 2 different cutoffs. So first cutoff salary will be received by the 15th of the month, and the second is during the 30th of the month. So we are going to indicate those information. Now, as I will show you this, okay, it is not that clear because of the light. So I will just show you through the picture on how to do it. So on the left side of the OR, we can see details like total sales, less discounts, and then total value, less withholding tax, and the payment due. So here, with the amount, so you have to write with your total sales the amount you received during that cutoff. For example, you receive 5,000 pesos for that cutoff, and since you availed 0 tax exemption, so you will write okay, so you will not write anything with the withholding tax portion since you don't have withholding tax already. Then you just have to copy the payment due, which is just the same, 5,000 pesos. Now on the other side of OR, we can see the business name. All right, and most often we have our business name, our names. Okay, so in my case, I have Analu blah blah blah. I'm not going to tell you my full name. And then under that is my address and non-VAT registration CIN number. It's indicated, and in my case, my cell phone number is also indicated. Then official receipt with the date, and then this is the basic information included. So received from, since our company is known as BIBO Global Opportunity Incorporated, so we have to write this, the name of the company, business style, Okay, so it seems like the business style is changed into BIBO Global Opportunity Incorporated as well instead of online teaching. Next, with the TIN of BIBO Global and with the address, the new address. Oh, this is okay. It has different address in 2020 to 2021. So I think you have to be careful with these dates on what you have to indicate. All right, and then the next one, the sum of, okay, the address and then the sum of pesos written in words, then later the amount in numbers, and you have to encircle the word full payment of, then you have to write the date you received that certain amount. Below you can see your authorized signature, so you have to indicate your signature there. Okay, well, as a reminder, these official receipts shall be valid for 5 years from the date of ATP. So you have to remember when you got your ATP so that you are not using an invalid receipt already. All right, so that's a reminder. Now, so now you already have this information. I know that each one of us, we have different situations, and some of you already have COR, but you don't have an OR. So if you already have a COR, make sure to get your OR and then fill it out. I have experience being crippled in such a way that I was not able to process my COR and my requirements for BIR, especially during the time that I was working in Engoo part-time. But now I'm working here full-time, so I really did my best to process everything. I just realized that the withholding tax I am receiving is that big. So processing it is really helpful, and I know that for some of you, you find it really stressful, but not knowing what to do costs that stress. I could relate to that actually. So take time to educate yourself about BIR matters, so you could release your stress and somehow you could lessen your stress in this matter. So I hope, guys, I was able to help you answering those questions. All right, so thank you so much for watching. By the way, if you are new here in my channel, don't forget, or don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. And if you have some questions, feel free to drop your comments below. And if you could share some of your Engoo tax experiences, you can just do that down there. Comment down below and we could discuss matters like that here. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Goodbye.